Hey, so yeah, been crazy couple of weeks, and I don't really know if we have any answers as far as what's going to happen with the test here in the next couple of weeks. But just kind of touch base with you guys as far as what we're going to be doing, what we want to be doing, as far as just a review. The one thing we do know about the exam, and I kind of put this in the AP or in your Google Classroom deal last night, was that they are going to go straight up to FRQs. There's no multiple choice on it. Sounds like it's going to be a 45-minute test. You guys can take it home. As far as the format and everything else goes, I don't know if there's going to be 2 questions, 5 questions. I just don't know. But the part that kind of, I guess, is probably more important to us right now is that they're completely getting rid of the evolution and completely getting rid of the ecology unit. So with that being said, we are going to completely bypass the ecology unit. We're not going to finish that one up. We're going to kind of get into just flat out reviewing and making sure that you guys are ready for the exam. Okay, so we're also looking at dates, and right now we're going to still plan on the testing date to be as normal. I doubt that's going to be the case, but kind of how I have this broken down is we've got roughly 6 weeks until the exam. It sounds like there's an earlier test version that's going to come out. We're going to discuss as a staff here, I think, as far as what's going to be best for us, to whether we just want to get right into that exam, do a quick review, and take it, or if we're going to wait for the longer period and give you guys more of a review, and we'll definitely take feedback from you guys on that as well. But we're going to wait. I think April 3rd is going to be the date that the AP Central is going to come out with just kind of their finalization of everything. So with that being said, again, as I've kind of explained in the Google Classrooms, is that I'm going to basically set you guys up with reviews. And as it has always been in my class with you guys ultimately kind of determine how you want to review for this. I am going to kind of walk you guys through some things I want you to do, and there are just tons and tons of resources out there for you guys to use, anywhere from reading the book to videos, whatever the case is, and I want you guys to make sure that you are taking full advantage of those here in the next couple of weeks. And obviously we're sitting in class, we're probably doing things completely different, but obviously we don't have those capabilities right now. So if you guys go to again your Google Classroom, I put a couple things up there for you guys. One, there is illustrated guide to biology. If you guys click on that, it is actually a bunch of sketch notes, and I know for some people this probably is not a big deal. Me personally, I like these things because when you kind of go through and take a look, it's just a main idea, big picture kind of items. And this guy has already done the work for you, which is really awesome of him. He's broken these down in a table of contents and already the pages that you're going to find. And again, if you were to go through and take a look, definitely exclude the ecology unit, definitely exclude the evolution unit. And then the other thing is that at the end, he kind of focuses quite a bit on human body anatomy, which is not part of this exam. So if you kind of start looking at, such as right here, cardiovascular, digestive, nervous systems, you start looking at the immunity and stuff like that. As far as water balance, I would probably get into that one. But a lot of the human body systems, again, I wouldn't focus on, along with the ecology and along with the evolution unit. Okay, I think everything else on here is fair game. I think it's something, again, that you guys are going to want to take full advantage of, just again to go through, take a look at some of those main ideas of what we have covered in the past, and just maybe try to kind of recollect what we discussed. Okay, so we've got that going. Another one, okay, that I put up for you guys is going to be, it's called Robert Trait to YouTube. It's very similar to the Bozeman Science video. If you go on, this guy has recorded all of his lectures. Now his lectures are a little bit longer than what you find with Paul Anderson and Bozeman Science. So these are full on, probably 30 to 40 minute lectures. So again, if you guys feel like there is something you want to brush up on, another great resource that you guys can go to. And I would also encourage Bozeman Science video to go to as well. Okay. Also understand that I'm not just going to leave you in the dark as well. So if you want to set up like a one-on-one meeting. If you want to set up group meetings anytime throughout the next couple of weeks, I can run basically a Zoom meeting to where we can all get online. I know Mr. Brandt's using it for his chemistry class and AP physics class, and we've done a bunch of meetings with it here in the past. So again, if you want me to, please tell me. If we need to set up a date, time once a week, I don't really care. Just in case you guys have questions that you need me to answer. Obviously, anything through email. And if you want to text, just shoot me an email, ask for my number, and either text or call, and I can walk that through you guys as well, with you. Okay. The other part that I kind of really want you guys to focus on mainly here for the next couple of weeks is going to be this AP Bio exam review. Now, it is from 2016 and 2017, right? But still a lot of good information. What I like about this is just it's got just a wealth of information as far as just reviewing materials. It's basically kind of looking at, walking you guys through some videos, things that you can go through and take a look at that correspond with the unit itself. We start looking at the outlines. Okay, we start looking at just again a brief introduction and kind of some main idea items as far as the notes, as far as the information goes that you need to know. Now, what I also like about this is that it's got a bunch of practice multiple choice questions. So here we're looking at the first unit that we covered, which was biochem, and you can go down and you can take a look at again multiple choice questions. Now, since the exam itself isn't going to have any multiple choice questions, I would probably say these are not going to be as advantageous to you guys as the FRQ portions of some of the longer ones. However, I still think it's really good content specific questions that will just help you brush up on the information that you guys need to know. So again, one of those things, if you can go through and answer these questions on your own, I think you're probably sitting in a pretty good place. All right. And again, feel free to ask any questions that you guys have on these multiple choice. Now, the focus, I think what really needs to be, or where it needs to be, is going to be on, if we scroll down to like the practice long response questions, and then there's also thinking practice questions down here. Because again, the exam itself is going to be ran on the FRQs itself. I think these are the most important part of this. And so what I do plan on doing is that kind of my assignments, or what I want you guys to be working on and that we can eventually go through, or you guys can go through with me, is going to be these long response questions, or AKA FRQs. So what I will plan on doing is I think I'll do it probably on a Thursday or on a Friday. I'll let you guys know more as the week goes on. I'm going to have the answers for these out on Google Classroom for you guys. So it gives you guys the opportunity throughout the week to work on these. And I guess my kind of envision for you is, at least to be put in an hour every day as we go through. If we can cover biochem this week, it's going to give you guys an opportunity to go 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 plus another 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got roughly 9 different questions that you guys can go through and answer. Do 2 a day, get you guys to Friday, and then eventually we can go over these, and I'll kind of put together a video, or I'll just release on Google Classroom and give you guys written answers. Now, the other important part is when we start doing these is the actual writing. And we've talked before that as we go through your FRQs, just making sure that there are specific types of things that you're doing. Making sure that you are breaking it down into, if for number one example, answering it as a 1A, 1B, 1C, and just really making sure that you're not trying to conglomerate everything as we go through and keep everything very, very simple, but yet write down everything that you do know about those questions. Okay, so. And again, once we know more from the April 3rd meeting, or when they kind of come out the information, we'll definitely kind of talk a little bit more about these questions. All right. So again, the plan is going to be biochem this week. Right, and if you guys walk through again this review's got great information for you. If you guys go through the sketchbooks, again, another great information for you to go through and take a look at. And the other thing I'm going to bring you guys up to is going to be the AP Classroom website. On the AP Classroom website, if you guys go, and my screen's going to be a little bit different than yours is that it will go through and cover the units, or actually have the units. I believe yours is on the top of the page. Right, of what we have covered, and it gives you a nice little course breakdown as far as just the major, main idea items that we have covered in the past. Okay, I don't know if you guys have the topic questions. Sounds like they're going to release a bunch of FRQs for us to release to you guys sometime Wednesday or Thursday this week, and again, I'll get those out to you as much as possible. You guys have again what they call unit guide. You can click on this, and it's going to take you through a little bit more of a comprehensive kind of breakdown of what we covered in biochem and so on down the line. So again, feel free to use this and just have a good idea as far as the information that you guys need to know. All right, and that's kind of where this test comes down to, is that, again, don't study the things that you don't need to know. Right, focus on the things that you absolutely need to know, and especially when we start looking at the FRQs, I think it's going to be an advantage to us, just because of the ability for you guys to write your own thoughts and your own ideas, and not have to look at the very complex multiple choice questions that we have in the past. At least here they can judge you based on your writing for the questions that come. So again, you guys have the AP Classroom website that you guys can use as well. Now, normally at this time, I would also say let's get on, and if you get an opportunity to order some AP Bio review books, there's a new one that did come out this year, and it is written by Holtzclaw. I think it's their 7th edition. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is this one right here. Okay, yep. And so again, any other time, I mean, this Barron's one is a really good book, just with the differences that we're seeing this year without the multiple choice. I think there's probably really good information that helps you out, but I also think that they're going to kind of lead you astray because they're going to focus on the multiple choice questions and some other things on there as well, which is completely different. But the test prep series right here, if you're going to go out and buy one, sounds like they're about $14-15, good investment. I think 2 days, if you get it on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, they'll get it to you. So feel free, again, I shouldn't say feel free, but go out, grab one. It will eventually help you out. Just kind of a quick little guide to what is going to be on the exam this year, and obviously eliminating the ecology and the evolution unit. So, from here on out, again, I want to touch base with you guys as much as I possibly can, but I probably won't be doing this every day, but if you guys, again, want to meet any point in time, if you guys want to do a Zoom meeting where we can get a little bit more of the one-on-one with you guys, please let me know. If we need to do anything as far as texting, if we need to phone calls, whatever it is, I will help you guys out as much as I possibly can. If you guys want me to throw out just some quick little videos as far as 7, 8, 9 minute videos as far as biochem goes, again, you guys let me know and just send me a quick email if you guys have any changes or anything that you guys want to see here throughout the next couple of weeks. Okay, again, not at all expected, and just kind of the future, next 3 or 4 weeks, we just don't know what's going to happen. Again, we're kind of hoping to be back in school next week, the way it looks. This virus is supposed to peak, they said, in May, and so I just don't know what's going to happen and when we're going to be back. But we'll just kind of plan accordingly, and we'll do this a week by week scenario and kind of get an idea from there. Again, hope everything is going really well for you guys. Please put your time in. Get yourself ready. I know 6 weeks seems like it's a long time, but again, kind of breaking this down week by week, right? There is really not... shouldn't say there's not a lot of time. There's a lot of time, but not a time for us to waste. And so again, make sure we're tackling this right now and starting out and getting yourselves a good grasp on what is going to be expected or what you need to do for the exam. So again, hope everything is going well, and we will talk to you guys later. See ya.